Oh Nuts by Ideal Toys, 1969. Peek, bluff, and have nutty fun as you match the marbles one by one. Each round will begin with the spin of a spinner. The spinner will land on one of 6 colors, which represent one of these marbles. Players will then reach into the hollowed out tree stump and grab a walnut. Inside of a walnut is a marble. So get grabbing. Grab a walnut there. See what you got. The object of the game is going to be to find 3 of the same colored marbles. First player to do that is going to be the winner. When you find a walnut with a marble inside of it, you're going to pinch with your first finger and your thumb, prying open that walnut shell and the colored marble within. When a player picks the matching color marble that is on the spinner, and is the first to call out that color and no one challenges, the player places the marble into the nutcracker tray. If a player picks a different color marble than the color that was spun, the player has a choice: either close the walnut, return it to the tree stump, and take another nut, or can choose to bluff. In this case, this player has a black marble and already has a black marble in their nutcracker tray, so they may want to bluff. If all opponents pass on the challenge, the bluffing player is going to place the marble in his nutcracker tray, whether or not it was the color spun. However, if the player is caught as bluffing during the challenge, the player will need to give that marble to the player who challenged. If the marble was the color that was spun and it was challenged, the player is going to keep the marble and take a marble of choice from the challenging player who challenged incorrectly. Now there's one more type of marble. This one is a clear marble that won't be spun. And this one's pretty cool because when you pick a walnut that has a clear marble, regardless of the color spun, and if you call out clear before any opponent and show it, you can take a marble of your choice from any other player. So the only thing I haven't mentioned yet about these walnuts is they end up getting a walnut out of the tree stump that doesn't have a marble in it, right? Because you're taking marbles from these walnuts and putting them in your nutcracker tray. So that's going to happen. When that happens, you simply, and there's going to be a lot of shaking of nuts going on as this game goes, and you just toss it back in and you grab another one. So as you can tell, there's a lot of things going on in this game. There's a lot of reaching and handsy action in this tree stump. There's bluffing, there's challenges. The clear marbles add a whole other element to it where you can end up, by randomly picking one out and calling it out first, you can end up disrupting somebody else's collection going on and benefiting from it. So I have to say, I'm really impressed with this game. It's a simple game, it's a quick game, but it has a lot of things that I like about games. And Ideal, I'm finding as I dig into a lot of these vintage games that Ideal is really a standout. They have great components, great plastic. Even the inserts of their boxes a lot of times are very well done. This one has an insert in which the whole thing just you know, fits in perfectly. Even these little nutcracker trays will mount in there. A box for the marbles that sinks and seats down in that tray. Ideal put a lot of thought into their games. This one, I couldn't find a lot of reviews on. In fact, I don't know that I found any. And I took a stab in the dark, and for anybody that likes vintage games with great quality components, and maybe these kind of games where there's some bluffing and some dexterity kind of stuff going on, I highly recommend it. The only thing that I was wondering about as I was purchasing it, is could these hinges become a problem? And I haven't experienced that yet. And they really clamp down very well. I think even if it did break, it would not be an issue. So yeah, if you stumble upon nuts, grab it.